All right, everybody, if you're watching this video, it is likely Christmas Day. So let me be the first to say, well, I'm probably not the first, let's be honest, but Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you so much for watching us on this channel. It has been another fantastic year as we continue to want to be your go-to source for Detroit Lions football. And you see the title of this video. The Lions just got the perfect Christmas present. I'm actually recording this on Christmas Eve. I just finished the game. It was a long day at church, as you might imagine, on Christmas Eve. So I got home, watched the game recorded, threw my phone in the other room. Actually, I gave it to my wife. I'm like, don't let me see that thing. And watch the game in its entirety. And how beautiful was it? Hopefully you all had a great time with Chris on the live afterward, but I needed to get on here and make a video. So in this video, we're going to talk, yes, about the game, but we're also going to talk about all the other things that went right for the Detroit Lions as well. And to do this, Pride of Detroit, before the game came out, put together a rooting guide. And it's just like, this is perfect. I could tell you, but I always love to use visual when possible. And so there was a lot of games that we needed to root for. All right. Seahawks, Titans, turns out that one doesn't matter. We won the division. Packers at Panthers. Turns out that one doesn't really matter either. We won, we won it, so it's no big deal because we've got the division. So those don't matter. So the first two, it's like, great, we got them. See you on the next one. But this is where things get really, really interesting. Cardinals at Bears. Yes, I know this sounds petty, but they put this on here. We wanted the Bears to win this game because we wanted the Cardinals to have a shot at that number one pick. Like, what if the Panthers could fall back? What if the Panthers could get some wins and we could actually get that? I mean, could you imagine what that would look like? Can you imagine how funny that would be? Like, seriously. How funny would that be if the Panthers find a way to end up winning a game? And that, by the way, they actually looked pretty good against the Packers late in that game. So they're not there yet, but it would be amazing if the Cardinals could get the first pick so the Bears don't have that and all that capital. All right, now Cowboys, Dolphins. Boom. We got that one. All right, so now the Cowboys are 10-5. We have the ability to be ahead of the Cowboys if they lose one more game, even if we lose to the Cowboys. Or if we beat the Cowboys next week, which, oh, how sweet would that be? All right, if we beat the Cowboys, then we could lose to the Vikings and still be ahead of the Cowboys, if that's kind of the way it goes with what's going on for them. And then you have the Giants-Eagles. This game has not been played yet at the time of me recording it. So maybe you're watching this game while this is going. Go Giants. The G-Men. All right. We need them to beat the Eagles. How great would that be? But here's the beautiful thing about the Eagles. We control our destiny against them. If we win out, we'll finish above them by the third tiebreaker, which is record in common games. But again, Detroit wants that wiggle room, a loss would be huge. There is a world in which we can lose to the Cowboys, that they lose another game. All right, I don't know their remaining schedule. I don't know what the two games is, but I'm going to pull it up right now. They have the Commanders after they play us. But there is a world, you can see it right here, where if we end up getting or losing to the Cowboys, beating the Vikings, the Cowboys could lose, the Eagles can lose again, and we end up still getting that second seed. It's kind of crazy the way it works. And then finally, this game hasn't been there, but the 49ers game, anyways, let's sit here and just talk about what this means for us as Lions fans. This is our first division victory, division title since 1993. I understand everybody talking about, oh, it's been 30 years this, it's been 30 years that, it's so long. Who cares? I'm going to listen to what Goff said. I'm going to listen to what the coaching staff said. I'm going to listen to what other players said. We can't control the previous 30 years. All we get is this year. And as fans, enjoy this year. There are 2 weeks left in the NFL season. You don't even have to worry about playoffs. When was the last time you can remember that happening? I can't. It was always us fading back to the wild card and then wondering, are we going to fade all the way out of the playoffs? Or we get so close, but we just don't have enough to get over the hump. But this team, they finished it out. They finished it out. And they did it well and in a myriad of different ways. Jahmyr Gibbs had a good game. St. Brown had a phenomenal game. Jamison Williams continues his ascension. Like, the defense wasn't good. They gave up 411 yards passing, but they forced 4 interceptions. Like, so we did this in a myriad of different ways. When at first it looks like they were driving down the field and I thought maybe, just maybe, they're going to come back and win this, the Vikings. We yet got another interception. It was too late by them. I just thought it was crazy because we had 4 turnovers. We were outgaining them on offense until that last drive. We had almost doubled them in time of possession. And I'm like, there's no way how could we possibly lose this game? And we found a way to hang on and win. And that's the beautiful thing about this team. They have found ways to hang on and win. And now the hope for the next 2 weeks, your biggest rooting is not even necessarily other games. It's simply that we stay healthy on the offensive side of the ball and that we get some of these players back on the defensive side of the ball in time. You know, the ability to get Aleem McNeil back, to get CJ Gardner-Johnson back, to get James Houston back. And can he be fresh and ready to go and get in there on pass rushing downs? Are other players going to continue to step up? Romeo Okwara has been good the last 2 games. He actually has been. Like, what does that look like? Does Aaron Glenn ever learn that it doesn't work to rush 4 and drop back 7? That is his favorite defensive call, and it doesn't work. Maybe, hopefully, he watched what the Vikings did and said, hey, maybe we're either going to blitz or drop 8 because we're not getting home with 4, so we may as well only send 3. It's been very, very interesting. And by the way, I wouldn't suggest that. I would suggest continue to blitz. Live and die. Live and die on the blitz. And that's my big suggestion. But it's just so much fun to watch this Lions team and to get a victory and to just know for the next 2 weeks, win, lose, doesn't matter. We're hosting a playoff game. We're hosting a playoff game. Now, do I want the number 2 seed? Absolutely. You see the difference of Jared Goff at home or in a dome compared to Jared Goff not in a dome. And that is the other good news that I have for you is, well, it's not. We need the number 2 seed. I was hoping the Cowboys would keep winning but it was either us or them. Either we beat them or they beat us, so we'd end up in week 2 or the second week of the playoffs, we'd be playing the Cowboys, whether it was at home or on the road. But that's not what ended up happening. So we need that number 2 seed. It is important so we can keep watching, we can keep being excited. But your Detroit Lions are winners of the North for the first time since the conception of the North. All right? And conception? I don't know. Anyways, it's been fun. It's been great being with you this year. So happy. This is year 3 on the channel. So happy to be able to be here with all of you through the ascent from the 3-13-1 to now the 11-4 Detroit Lions. Let's keep it going. This is fun. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching.